What's up, everyone? This is Isaac from Hunger Smash Fitness. Haven't made a video in a while, about 3 weeks now. And so basically, over Christmas, I ended up getting the flu pretty bad. So I ended up spending a lot of time throwing up and all that. Ended up in the ER from dehydration. Got over that, and then had something in my throat where I lost my voice and all this other stuff. So anyways, for about 3 weeks, wasn't really able to go to the gym, wasn't really eating very well. Ended up losing just over 20 pounds during that time. So yeah, not a great holiday, and all that stuff, but I've been hearing a lot today about Blue Monday and Cliff Arnell and how he coined the term. And it's the third Monday of the year. It's considered Blue Monday, and it's the most depressing day of the year. And I was thinking about that a bit because honestly, everyone's goal is always to lose weight over the holidays. And I did that. Ended up losing, like I said, it was like 22 pounds, something like that total. And it's not a method I would recommend at all. Throwing up every time you eat or drink is not the best way to lose weight. I'm sure I lost a lot of muscle mass during that time, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, because I've started going back to the gym. I've been back there twice now since everything, and I've just had low energy. I've been having trouble. I'm trying to get my calories back in. My goal is to get back up to 300 pounds, so it's going to take a little bit of time. Take some consistency to kind of build that muscle and build that weight back up. But I was just thinking about the depression, because it's true. This time of year, it's dark out. It's cloudy, especially if you're like me and you live in Washington, where it's cloudy 9 months out of the year. This time of year can get really depressing, and hearing that the third Monday of January is Blue Monday, that is the most depressing day of the year, doesn't reinforce anything. It doesn't really help anything. And I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. I know I do not suffer with chronic depression or anything like that, where I know a lot of other people have struggled with it their whole life. But I did go through a time of depression after I was in training with the SEALs for a while, and I got medically dropped from that due to performance. Basically, my body was falling apart, and I couldn't perform at the level that they wanted me to. And I've had another video where I talked about that a bit. And I was severely depressed for a while afterwards. And I remember mentioning it to a couple people. And all of them kind of brushed it off, and they were like, well, you're not actually depressed. You're not, you're just kind of feeling down that this didn't work out the way that you wanted it to. But that wasn't the case. I've had things not work out for me the way I've wanted them before. And it's always been something that just, it bugs you. You kind of bounce back from. It's not really a big deal. This was something I devoted my life to getting into the SEALs. And then when I didn't quit, but my body failed and I physically could not continue going, that was devastating. And it was extremely demoralizing for me to hit that point where you just cannot move forward anymore. It was difficult to start the day every day. It was difficult. It was a really rough time. I was in a bad spot for a long time with that, for at least a good year afterwards. And it finally got to the point where I had to look at everything and I had to make a decision basically in my mind where I was like, I can either let this dream of mine that didn't work out continue to destroy my future, or I can set it aside, move on, learn from it, and keep progressing and keep furthering everything, keep moving forward basically. And I finally had to hit this point where I had to make that decision in my mind, where it's like, you know what, I had a blast training with the SEALs. I loved that. I loved the camaraderie. I loved the training. I loved the physicality of it. But I had to come to grips with that time is now done. That phase is now done. Now I'm at this new phase. And I need to learn from the previous phases. I need to learn from the previous things in my life and apply those to the future ones. And it was really interesting because I had to actually make this decision to move forward. And I know that doesn't always apply with depression, but I think it gave me a really interesting perspective into what people go through when they are chronically depressed. And a lot of the times, I mean, it can be hormone imbalances, it can be past trauma. There are a number of reasons why someone can suffer from depression, and I don't think it's to be taken lightly at all. And so I'm not trying to brush it off or anything like that, but it's interesting. I think in my mind, I've seen a lot of people make light of that, of depression. And I feel like this time of year can be a really difficult time for people where they hear that this is this Monday is the most depressing day of the year, and they hear that Christmas is done, summer's really far away, there's not a lot going on, it's cloudy, and people have a rough time with that. And so I would want to encourage you that if you see someone who might be feeling down, struggling with that, try and go out of your way a little bit and help them out if possible. Because especially after going through a form of depression myself, I've realized how incapacitating it is. It was so difficult just to get out of bed and just start the day. And it just drains you. You don't feel like doing anything. Nothing has any meaning or is any fun. So I just wanted to say, keep that in mind during this time of year. And like I said, I'm gonna be back on track. I'm gonna be getting back into the gym, gonna start eating again, and I'm gonna get back up to 300 pounds. So anyways, if you have any questions about anything, I always love to hear from people. So feel free to comment below. Please like and subscribe. Let me know if you have any ideas for videos that you'd like me to do in future as well. But anyways, that's all for today. So this is Isaac from Hunger Smash Fitness, and just remember to always improve that 1%.